Hi everybody, this is Alchemist2, and I'm back again with another movie review. Recently I got to see Despicable Me, which I was really eager to see, and honestly I can say that I liked it even better than the first Despicable Me. Now this film is different than the first Despicable Me because in this one we have more of a sense of Gru's stability as a father figure to Edith, Margot, and Agnes. And we see this in the relationship that he has with his little girls and how good of a father he is. Um, there are lots of funny things that occur within this film, and I won't give you away any spoilers, but I really think that El Macho as the villain is one of the best villains ever. I just think that he is ridiculously flamboyant, and he's very sensual and saucy and very Latin, and I love him. He's just magnifico. I adore El Macho, especially because he has a guard chicken, and I think that Bolito is really funny. Um, I really like this film a lot better. It has less of the cute factor than the first one did, and it's got a lot more action and adventure, which I really enjoy, coming from the background of really savoring these types of films. The character design is really improved over the last Despicable Me, and it is really sensationally done. It's really eye candy. The colors just pop up the screen, particularly with the minions. The minions are so cute as usual. You just love them, and their their humor is very infantile, but it's still just funny. It's just it's like a child. If a child doesn't get its way, it's very similar to that, and I think that's why I like the Minions so much, and they're just so adorable. And they sing an Irish drinking song, so I was kind of proud to be have some Irish background, and when I actually heard that, I thought, yay! um, now, they speak a hodgepodge of European languages and a little bit of Mandarin as well as Russian, which I noticed in this one. They say kampai. I thought that means cheers, and actually it means cheers in Mandarin or Japanese. Um, and they say polka a lot, and polka in Russian is goodbye. So it was very intriguing that they would use that word. They use mocha, which is a type of coffee, and then they also say polka. Uh, and they say some English words like banana. The way that they say it is very European, banana, or I don't know, but it's so adorable. Um, there is a new character. There are lots of new characters that are introduced other than El Macho, and Lucy Wilde. I just adore her. She's just a great foil for Gru, I feel. And my my absolute favorite line, and this is sort of a spoiler, but when she's trying to take him to the Anti-Villain League for his help and trying to see who's responsible for this nefarious plot and whatnot. I'm not going to say what the nefarious plot is because that'll give away a plot point and it'll be a huge spoiler alert. So I'm not going to do that. Anywho, um, she tries. She says, I'm Lucy Wilde. I work for the Anti-Villain League. I'm afraid you're going to have to come with me, sir." And he says, "Oh, I'm sorry, a freeze ray!" And he pulls out a freeze ray and he tries to freeze her. And she says, "You know what? You should announce your weapons after you fire them." Lipstick taser! And I don't know why, but I really love that, and I thought, I gotta get me one of those. But that was absolutely one of my favorite scenes. Other than, of course, the Irish drinking song, which was hysterical, and then the version of "I Swear" with the midgets. Because when I was a little girl, that was a big song back in the day, and it just brought back a lot of nostalgia, and I thought it was funny. And then they did YMCA, And I'm a huge Village People fan, so it made my day. And another one of my favorite montages was the song "Happy" by Pharrell, and I really like that song, and I'm thinking of using it as a theme song for one of my characters, one of my fan characters. I'm not sure which one. If you've been on Facebook, you probably could guess which one I would have this as a kind of theme song for. But I'm toying around with the idea in my head, and I'd like to do kind of an animated. I don't have I don't have the necessary implements to do it, but I would really, 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 really love to with her character, just because it suits her so much. She's just such a fae spirit. The two characters that were female that I had developed are both very fae spirits, and they're both very exuberant and effervescent, and they're so happy, and that's the song. I think Eudora would be um, either. I think Eudora's theme song would be Happy, and Estrella's would be I've Got It Going On. Uh, or Sizzolo. I'm debating whether Estrella or Sizzolo would have that theme song, but I'm thinking if it's Estrella more, just because she's got a lot of swag, and Sizzolo would be Cantaloupe's Flip Fantasia. Um, and then my newest character, uh, his name is Ammon Tarragon, and for him, I would probably do the Mummer's Dance, just because he's sort of a mysterious kind of. He's got kind of this Celtic thing going on, and I think that would really suit him because he's mysterious, but he's all about archaeology, and just like the other Aries are, and it just would make sense. I'm sorry, I'm going off into a Homestuck right here, but anyways, this film itself was very well done, and I give it 2 thumbs up and 5 stars, hands down. Although I have a little bit of a kind of a rant about it. Dr. Nefario, although I love the fact that Russell Brand voices him, his character is the main flaw with both films. I mean, he's the problem. And if you've seen the movie, if you've seen the first one, you think, you just want to go just slap the crap out of him, because how could he do that? And then the second film, you feel even more inclined to have said slaps plastered all over his wrinkly little face. Elder or not, I don't care. You don't do that. But I'm play devil's advocate here. Please don't play me. But despite all the unnecessary crud and trials and tribulations that he puts Gru through, I still think that he redeems himself at the end. So, having said that, I just pray that if there's another Despicable Me film, that he doesn't become the fly in the ointment, so to speak. Not really sure what else to say about this movie other than I think it was better than the first one. And I know a lot of people are saying, oh, it wasn't so good as the first one, and blah, blah, blah. Well, I mean, it had everything I enjoyed, the action and adventure, and it had more of an espionage angle to it, which, me being a 007 fan, I eat this stuff right up, and I thought, yeah, this is exactly what I like. And the appeal of Nigel Ramsbottom, sorry, he was your typical upper crust British gentleman, head of the AVL, didn't take any guff from anybody, and he had a certain way that he wanted everything to be run and everything to be performed, and if it wasn't performed in this precise way, then somebody would be sacked by the afternoon in his charge. So that was just the way Nigel ran the ship, and nobody was going to ever question that. But I liked his character and the whole humor, and there was quite a bit of, some racist humor going about, and I enjoyed that too, even though a lot of people didn't really catch on to it. One of the things that I'm really surprised that they got away with, but it was really cleverly done because it was really hilarious, and I was the only one, and I was just laughing my butt off at it because I was like, ah! Everybody's like, what's wrong with that crazy lady? But there was a scene near the end of the film, and I'm not going to say what leads up to the sequence, but basically, a shark falls from the sky. You have these people at I'm sorry, I can't even get to the punchline without laughing, but they have these people sitting at a, sushi restaurant, and then plop, big old shark. Yum yum yum! And they all go, yay! That's good eating. Yummy shark. But I was the only person who was laughing at that, and I thought, oh dear God, something is wrong with me. But it was very cleverly done, and other than that, I could say that the film was just absolutely beautiful, and there's some parts in it that actually made me cry, just like in the first one. I was like, I just started crying, and it was just because I was so touched by it, and I just thought it was really eye candy, ear candy, and it had good messages in it. Plus, El Macho is the best villain ever, because he faked his own death and he died in the most macho way possible. And the only indicator that he was still alive were fragments of singed chest hair that he left at the scene. And I thought, this is great. This reminds me of a certain character, but I won't say who. But it was those of you out there who know what I'm talking about, you know where I'm coming from. But it's just great, and I absolutely adored it. And all the voice actors and actresses did a stupendous job. Stick around for the credits. Credits are just so cute, and I mean they're just frivolous and fun, and it's just very infantile humor, but it's good. It's just very enjoyable and innocent, and it just reminds me of watching little kids play, and how much fun that is. Uh, as far as my favorite characters go, well, of course, Gru tops the list because Gru reminds me of my dad. Yeah, my dad's very overprotective like Gru is, so I gotta hand it to that. And I have to say that I can relate completely to Gru's overprotective nature, his parental advice and everything. Avery, is that a girl's name or a boy's name? Margot says, does it matter? It doesn't matter. Unless it's a boy! I thought, Dad! But, there, there was another part that I was, remembering. Uh, Lucy Wilde, I just adore her. I would say Gru, Lucy, Agnes, of course, I just absolutely fawn over Agnes just because she is such a sweetie. I want to adopt her for my own. Um, the minions. I'd have my own minions, and if I did, I would name one Coco. Not sure why. Don't ask. Just Coco. Kind of an odd name for a minion, but his name would be Coco. Coco, or let's see, Papaya. Probably Papaya. That or something very generic like let's see, they had one named Phil and one named Bob and one named Mark and all all these other characters like Kevin, and I would probably name one if it were just a normal everyday name, it would be something like Adam. You know, kind of bland, but like, hey Adam, come here, do this for me. I don't want to do it. But it's it was a lot of fun, and it was very enjoyable. And this wasn't like Monsters Inc. because not what do I keep calling it that? Monsters University. Excuse me. It wasn't like Monsters University, which can possibly frighten young children quite a bit. It has a lot of the scare scenes, and especially in 3D, from what I've heard, it's kind of unnerving. But I didn't see it in 3D, and neither did I see this one in 3D, just because I don't want to pay the extra money just to do that. Blah, blah, blah. Uh, this really doesn't have anything in it that would really frighten a young child. It's more innocent, and it's very enjoyable and a lot of fun, and it's just so cute. It's very likable, and there's some really good adrenaline rush scenes with the um, the transition to the underground submarine layer of the AVL, which I thought, oh, this is awesome. This is so cool. That was probably one of my favorite scenes, other than, of course, the singing with the Minions, the drinking song, the I Swear parody, and then YMCA, which is, the ultimate best thing ever at the very end. And small spoiler alert, it's a very happy ending, and if you're like me and your heart's connected to your bladder, as my father would say, then you will be gushing, and I don't care, really. I'll gush all I want, dag nab you. But it was just a very enjoyable film, and I really liked it, and it was just so adorable, and very likable, and full of fun and frivolity, and my new theme song, Happy. I just had the best day ever because of it. So I'm glad I got a chance to see it, and if you've seen the first one, I highly recommend this one because I just think it's better than the first one, and that's all I have to say about that.